Welcome back. Now, in a society where FGM and early marriages are deeply rooted, it takes a lot of courage for men to stand up and fight against them openly. But for elders in Olugululu, Namanga town in Kajiado County, they have come out openly to protect the rights of their daughters, sisters, and wives. Our reporter, Catherine Imuraget, visited the village and experienced firsthand the alternative rite of passage ceremony for girls who escaped the knife, organized by these elders. Here is that story.
Namanga town, which borders the neighboring country of Tanzania, is 163 kilometers from Nairobi. The town is well known for its delicious grilled meat, popularly known as nyama choma. The populous town in Kajiado County has several ethnic groups, the Maasai leading in numbers, followed by the Kikuyu, Kamba, and the Borana, among others. Also known for various festivals such as Enkipata, that is the circumcision rite that initiates boys into moranhood, Emurata, circumcision ceremony, Enkiama, marriage, Eunot, the shaving of the morans that marks the transition to adulthood, Eukoto Ekule, milk drinking ceremony, which signals the passage from the state of warrior to that of elder, Enkango Nkiri, meat eating ceremony specifically for the warriors' wives, and Olngesher, the meat eating ceremony that marks the end of moranhood and the start of eldership.
Nataka we have fun. Nataka those who are modeling.
But today, what brings us to this town is a ceremony to bless 460 girls between the ages of 8 to 17 years who have not undergone the cut. These girls graduated from a 3-day FGM eradication training organized by Amref. The ceremony started at night by lighting candles to mark the new beginning for these girls through education. The initiative seeks to completely eliminate female genital mutilation, early marriages, and early pregnancies. The ceremony to receive the blessing was conducted the next day. As the Swahili say, siku njema huonekana asubuhi. That is what the Maasai community has paid particular attention to during ceremonies like these. The long-awaited day finally arrived. At 5 in the morning, we started our journey towards Olugululu Primary School, where these girls had been meeting for 3 days. As soon as we arrived, we headed to the house of an old man, where blessings to these girls was conducted. He lives near the school. The day is unique to the community of Ma and these girls. The elders are ready for the blessing rituals. The children were asked to bow down, an indication that traditions and customs are still taken seriously. The event starts with the elders pronouncing these words. These girls are sprinkled with milk to symbolize cultural continuity through alternative rites of passage, but not FGM. Later on, we leave the old man's place and return to the school to continue with the graduation ceremony for these girls. Songs, poetry, and drama. All with the same message to eradicate female genital mutilation. One may ask, how important are these celebrations today for these girls in the whole community?
Na leo ndio siku ya kwanza tumebariki hao watoto, haijawahi kutokea tena Masaini. Na leo ndio siku ya kwanza tumefanya hivi ili na wao wajisikie kwamba wamezaliwa katika jamii hii na wamekubalika. Tumekataa ukeketaji na hii maziwa umeona tukiwabariki nayo, hiwa watoto wakitairiwa wanamwagiwa maziwa kwenye mapaja zao. Na leo badala ya kumwaga hii maziwa kwenye mapaja kwa sababu hakuna ukeketaji, tumesema tuwamwagie kama baraka ili waingie kwenye dunia wakiwa na baraka ya wazazi wao na jamii yao kwamba wamekubalika. Nawaambia Wamasai wenzangu kwamba tushikane na dunia nzima. Tuache hii maneno ya kukeketaji, tuwapatie nafasi watoto wetu wasome, watupatie watoto wetu nafasi kama vile wengine wanasema tuachane na maneno ya ukeketaji. Sote tuungane na wao tuwapatie watoto uhuru wetu, especially mtoto msichana.
The success of the program was not an easy one. From facing rejections and even at times not spoken to, but later on, after several attempts, the community gave in.
At first, when we began, there was challenges of community not showing up, community feeling that you are a disgrace to society, you are abusing them by telling them all this, and slowly through interaction with the community started changing. And at first we began with the engagement of cultural elders, because in the community, in the Ma community, you cannot just come without respecting the structure, the hierarchy of the society. And in the society, traditionally, the elders are the top decision makers. They are the custodians of culture when it comes to any norm, any change of any norm. They are the ones that should have the final say. So we began with the elders, and we got a few elders having a buy-in of our the reason why we want to end female genital mutilation, and that is when we now got into the community.
The girls' teacher also paints a picture of what the 3-day program looked like.
So during these sessions, we teach girls things of life skills, menstrual hygiene. We take them through WASH. We take them through the understanding what is alternative rite of passage, the effect of FGM, and more likely, the most important things that will help a girl, a young Maasai girl, a young girl from any other community to achieve their dreams. So today, we are celebrating, or 500 plus girls are graduating to be women without a cut, which is our happiness at the end of the day. Because most of these girls are not informed. They don't know what is happening. Because most of them come from the Ma community. They just think that female genital mutilation or early marriage is just a rite of passage in the Maasai community, where a young girl, you grow up, the removal of the 2 lower teeth, the burning of the cheek, then female genital mutilation. And after female genital mutilation, you now be, as according to the Maasai community, you are now considered as a woman. So from childhood to womanhood. So what comes after that is early marriage. So most of them, they are not informed. I feel like the 3 days training, it's not enough for these girls to be taught, because we have a lot to be covered. And I feel like we need at least a whole week to do an alternative rite of passage conference, because we need an engaging class. We need to do a dialogue between the community, the papas in the community, and the girls.
Keen to note is that FGM has significantly decreased among the Ma community.
Imepungua kwa kiasi kikubwa sana katika eneo hii. Pia kulikuwa na changamoto kwa sababu sisi kama location Rugulului, hii ndio location ya mwisho na sub county yetu ni Loitoktok, lakini tumekuwa tukishirikiana na serikali OCS wa Namanga hapa, manake Namanga hapa ndio karibu. Tukashirikiana na Watanzania ambao pia tuko karibu na wao hapa. In fact hapa ni kilomita 2 ufike Tanzania. Wote tukawa tunakuja kushiriki mikutano ya kukataa FGM. Na ninashukuru pia kwa sababu watu hao wameanza kujitokezea na kukataa. So kwa kiwango kikubwa FGM imeteremka sana hapa, na tunashukuru sana kwa sababu tumepata wafadhili ambao watawasaidia mpaka wale wakeketaji ili waweze kujimudu, kwa sababu ilikuwa inafanyika kwa njia ya umaskini, lakini tunashukuru Mungu kwa sababu imeenda chini kabisa.
The elders, mothers, and young people in this area now speak the same language. Their rallying call to the members of this community is to bury the retrogressive tradition of mutilating girls.
But in the long term, getting to zero will take more people who work in FGM, stakeholders working very closely with government. We have very strong laws on anti-FGM and also anti-child marriages. So I think it's this work builds momentum into that space, ensuring that eventually we get to zero. But it's going to take much more in terms of collaboration, in terms of resources, in terms of even building, strengthening institutions, right from community level that are really aware about girls' rights, women's rights, and are able to protect them in the long run. The boys are very crucial in these processes as well. So we've not just been talking to girls and their parents, but the boys as well, because part of the culture includes marriageability for girls. And as you know, if you're from any community, people want to keep their traditions. So the program focuses on boys, on men, on elders, as well as, the women. And also an important part of it is designing models of alternative livelihoods for female circumcisers, because this is something they have done over time. So there has to be that which can also support them in terms of income generation.
Catherine Imuragit, KTN.